Chief guest, Reverend Sister Edwina, Principal Reverend Sister Bindu, the other guest of honors on the dais, then my loving and lovable art lovers. They have compromised their routine activities in the evening and found out some time for this wonderful art exhibition. And after all, the 8 artists who is responsible for this memorable gathering over here. And when it comes to the sharing of my feelings over here, I just recall what 2 of the artists, when they came to my home, told to me. Sir, as you are basically from Kerala, we expect you to verbally explain the beauty of Kerala that we portrayed in our paintings. And they have given me the freedom to speak in any language. Then I asked, shall I speak in Malayalam? Because that is my mother tongue, and we all know that the thought-provoking takes place in the mother tongue. Then they said, no sir, no, sorry. But actually, then I too accepted, because actually the purpose of speaking something is the listener to understand it. Okay. Then they said, sir, speak something about Malayalam. Sorry, something about the beauty of Kerala. Then they said, sir, you can speak for 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Then I said, I don't mind, but I'm more concerned about the people who came over here by keeping aside their valuable regular activities. And even actually the 2 sisters spoke before. It was so short time sheet, and I don't know whether even it ran to the minutes. I think that it was just concluded in seconds. Then anyhow, of course, I have to say something about Kerala. And before that, I would like to say a few words about this wonderful 8 artists. It might be accidental that the number has turned out to 8, but we know the beauty of 8, the strength of 8. We have 8 directions. In Sanskrit, we say the Ashtavik, and we have 8 saviors or 8 protectors for the 8 directions, the Ashtavik Palakas. And I can see the true responsibility of this Ashtavik Palakas in these 8 artists. And thereafter, there are 8 individuals. They have differences in their approach, differences in their artistic taste, but they all got together. Then, being a mathematics teacher, then I thought of chemistry. We know the importance of the powerful octet in chemistry, and especially here children are there. You know, before completing the octet, the 8 electrons are in different energy levels, might be moving in random directions, in different directions. And when all these 8 electrons get together and they become the strong octet, the bond, then nothing can break it. And here, these 8 artists with the different taste, the different approach, the different attitude, with the different levels of energy, got together and shown us the wonderful togetherness to just display such a beautiful artistic feast. And not only the strong, and it's very clear, once the object is completed, the energy is so powerful that nothing from outside can break this bond. So it means they just started. They just started with Kerala. Plenty of states are there. They go to each and every village of this country, really celebrating the unity in diversity. Just bring live pictures and bring to our next generation the promising children, and will present the beauty of our great country in front of the children without letting them to go to the faraway places to see it exactly. And thereafter, being a mathematics teacher, we say the space contains everything. We know the one dimension, the two-dimensional plane, and the space, the three-dimension. Okay, even actually, in Hindu mythology, the space, it contains everything. And the space is divided into 8 octets, 8 equal parts. All the parts are equally important. That way, these 8 artists together form the complete space. And I hope this togetherness will remain forever, and they will bring more and more laurels to be the art-loving Surtis, and thereafter just inspire more and more young generation to love art and take art as the best medium to express our feelings, to communicate in the best way, and just to enthrall the simple, the inborn, the creativity inherent in your thoughts and act. So, as I said in the very beginning, I would like to say a few words about Kerala. And one more thing. The title of the exhibition is Kerala Reflects on Paper. So it is very clear, Kerala is the object, and the paintings are the images. But the images can be produced only with the help of a mirror. So these 8 artists are the God-gifted mirror in front of the object, Kerala, and this wonderful paintings, the images. But when the mirror is kept at different distances from the image, is kept at different distances from the object, the images formed are quite different. And we want to get the right image, the mirror is to be kept at the right position sensibly. And this artist just use the senses and sensibilities so as to depict the reverberations of the true village lives of Kerala. And it is known all over the world, especially in the area of tourism. Kerala is known as the God's own country. Honestly speaking, this phrase, the God's own country, it has become famous only from the 1980s, when it was used as a phrase for promoting the Kerala tourism by one of the famous advertising agencies in India. But actually, it is true, because God's own country is a place where the God loves to live. And Kerala because of the pristine Arabian Sea at the west and the lush green Western Ghats on the east. A small strip of land. And according to, there's a story behind it. Why Kerala is mythologically known as a God's own country. According to Hindu mythology, the sixth incarnation of Mahavishnu, Parashurama, Lord Parashurama. Actually, he was the son of the Rishi, Jagatni Rishi. Then, that time, the Kshatriya king, Kartavir Arjuna. Actually, this Jagatni king was possessing a holy cow known as Surbi, just like the Kamdenu. It gives everything. Whatever we want, the cow gives to us. Then the Raja was very much interested to get the possession of the cow. He went to the Rishi and asked for it. But the Rishi humbly denied it. Then the arrogant king, because he thought he is the king, he is the ruler of everything. So the Rishi is supposed to hand over the cow to him. As the Rishi denied it, he used his muscle power and took the cow away from the ashram. That time, Lord Parashurama, he was absent in the ashram. When he came back, he saw the completely emotionally paralyzed Rishi. Asked for the reason, he explained it. Though he was a Brahmin, Parashurama, he was a very good-tempered person. That was the sole purpose of his avatar. He went to the Kartavirya's palace, fought with him, killed him. And thereafter he took an oath. The Kshatriyas are arrogant with power. So I will finish this particular sect on the earth. That way he went all across India, killed all the Kshatriyas, irrespective of whether Raja or not, killed all the Kshatriyas he found on his way. And thereafter he came back to his father. He said, we are Brahmins, we are not supposed to take the weapon. And whatever the others do, it is the Almighty who is supposed to ask. You have just deviated from the basic principles to be followed by a Brahmin. So you cannot stay as my son. And the father simply asked Parashurama to leave the ashram. Parashurama, he was very much disturbed by the father's action. He asked for forgiveness. Then the father said, go and do the tapasya. Then Parashurama asked, where should I sit and do the tapasya? Because wherever I go, I see the blood, the head of the Kshatriyas I killed. I hear the screaming and the cries of the wives and children of the Kshatriyas I killed. I don't have a place to sit and do the tapasya. Then the father said, we can find it out. That way, by the time Parashurama reached the south tip of Bharat, he simply threw his axe to the Arabian Sea. And it was believed that this beautiful strip of land was emerged from the Arabian Sea, and since it was created by Lord Parashurama. It is known as the God's own country. And thereafter, the festival of us is Onam. And Onam we are celebrating in the fond memory of that time king Mahabali. And he was sent to Patal by the fifth incarnation of Vishnu, Vamana. So, Vamana, while sending Mahabali to Patala, his country was also just taken beneath the land. And there is another saying that Kerala is regained by Lord Parashurama, so it is known as the God's own country. So, the stories are many, but whatsoever is many, the exotic beaches, the serene, sandy and exotic beaches, the breathtaking mountains, the beautiful lagoons, and the mind-blowing martial arts. These are the things that really welcome you in this beautiful strip of land. So, I hope you all see the reverberations of the villages of the God's own country, Kerala, in the paintings exhibited over here by the artists. And I hope this way they will cover each and every state of India and just depicts the beauty of our beautiful country and especially the villages. It is quite relevant. We are celebrating the 105th birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi. Gandhiji said, my country is living in the remote villages. So let us hope these artists will take us far away from the madding crowd and give us opportunity to gather over here frequently to see such visual feats. So, and we all know, we simply say the sun rises in the east and its sun sets in the west. And for us, the sun rises in the hilltop and the sun sets in the Arabian Sea. So, thank you very much. Especially, I think I have shown justice to the request of my friends within my limits, and again I'm sorry if it was too boring for you, because actually as they asked, I have to speak. Thank you.